Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about how to harvest and store mushrooms for maximum freshness. Mushroom freshness really depends on four main things. The first is mushroom species, the second is the stage of harvest, the third is moisture content at harvest, and the fourth is post-harvest cooling. Some mushrooms naturally have longer shelf life than others. Dense mushrooms like king oyster and shiitake, if refrigerated, can maintain good quality for 3 weeks or more. Medium dense mushrooms such as black pearl, wine cap, and lion's mane will store 1 to 2 weeks with proper refrigeration. Thinner capped mushrooms or thin stemmed mushrooms like tree oysters and piapini stay fresh for 1 week. Pink oysters are notorious. They stay fresh for about 24 hours. These mushrooms are 3 hours old, while these others are 3 days old. Make sure to plan to either eat or sell your pink oysters very quickly after harvest. What else affects shelf life? Stage of harvest is a big one. Harvest early when the caps are still young. Shiitake should be harvested when there is still plenty of cap curl. King oysters should be harvested when the caps still have a slight curl, as opposed to open to a full trumpet shape. Black pearl oysters should be harvested when there's still plenty of cap curl. If you let them go too far, and this really happens fairly quickly, they tend to be punky and soft, very hard to slice, and they also don't last very long in the refrigerator. Lion's mane harvested in a dense ball stage with spines just starting to emerge will last about 2 weeks. Lion's mane, where the spines have started to elongate, will last usually about 1 week, a little bit shorter shelf life. Wine cap, when harvested as buttons, will last almost 2 weeks. If you're looking for more of a portobello type texture size, harvest them when the cap is open, but expect to store them refrigerated for only about 1 week. Thin, long stemmed mushrooms like piapini and chestnut are best harvested when caps are still closed and will store fine for 1 week. These pohu oyster clusters were harvested a day or two apart from the same culture. While you can let them grow to a larger size before harvest, they will stay fresher looking for longer when they are picked young. Moisture content of the mushrooms also affects the overall quality and can shorten shelf life considerably. Do everything you can to protect your outdoor crop with a fruiting blanket or a frost blanket if big soaking rains are in the forecast when mushrooms are just developing. When mushrooms are harvested, take care to spread them out in an open container, just one layer, as quickly and as thoroughly as possible prior to closing the box or putting the lid on. A rule of thumb: 1 hour of harvested mushrooms at 72 degrees Fahrenheit equals 1 day loss of shelf life. If your mushrooms sit around for the full day before putting them in the cooler, you've lost days of shelf life from your crop. Lastly, if you just brought a till of mushrooms from the market, we think the best way to store them is to pop them in a cloth produce bag and put them in your refrigerator immediately. Happy eating!